Think we are live. Hey, good evening, everybody. Checking to make sure we're up. We are. Okay, let's talk severe weather. So we have new warning in place. We have the old one up here in Wynn Parish that is moving out of the area. This right here, this cell that is moving into northwestern Rapides Parish, that's the one we're watching right now. And man, I had quite a view of that just by going out onto Versailles and taking a look. This storm could be producing hail up to quarter size, especially from Clifton to Campbell, and then in toward Boyce. This is going to be moving your way, or is almost on your doorstep now. Let's take a look at lightning too, because there was quite a bit of lightning with this cell, and yeah, I mean, it's not going absolutely bonkers like the one earlier, but a lot of lightning strikes here, 62 if we include that, and the storm just west of it in the last 15 minutes, and there is that severe thunderstorm warning that basically goes from around the airport up through, it looks like it probably is just west of Ball, then through Boyce, and then this does not go into Grant Parish yet, but that's possible as this continues on to the northeast. So that is the warning that we have right now. I've seen some impressive pictures of the hail that occurred with these storms up to the north. I didn't see anything crazy like baseballs, though I am still looking. I'm just, checking to see any reports, because there was ground coverage on these things. Like, it looked like it had hailed for a while, and there was some decent size to it. I'm looking at any reports I'm getting in right now, and yeah, a lot of golf balls. And this is all just up to our north. So that's Monroe. They saw a lot of hail up that way as well. So thunderstorm warnings ongoing right now. The threat for tornadoes remains low. So if you if you are headed out and traveling tonight, I still don't really recommend this. This is not going to be a great one to be out in, but the tornado threat's low, so that's good news. The tornado watch to our northeast, that's where the tornado threat gets a little higher. So yes, Catahoula, Concordia Parish, you are in that. But what I'm kind of focusing on is the hail threat and that threat for some isolated damaging wind. Now I'm going to take you in and show you another storm here that is off to the west. This one's not in our area just yet, but these are the ones that are going to be moving in ahead of the front and probably going to impact areas like Leesville, Fort Johnson, Alexandria, Woodworth, Marksville, Bunkie. Down to the south, we're going to get new development, and this line's just going to kind of shape shift through the area. We're going to see certain cells take over and kind of dominate things, as we've seen with that one to our north that moved through Winfield and across I-49 into Campty, where we did see it looked like golf ball sized hail in a picture that I received. So taking off the lightning because it clutters things up, you can see that we do have lots of storms in the area. We have the heaviest stuff right now in our area is in northwestern Rapides Parish. This storm up here in Wynn Parish just about to exit the area. And this one out here near Jasper, that's what I'm watching. I'm going to go ahead and put it into motion here, and we'll take the last hour. And you can see it's a steady march toward the east-northeast. This one moving through Jasper almost looks like it's taking a little bit more of a push toward the east. So yes, this could move in toward the Leesville, Fort Johnson area. If it keeps a little bit of a bend toward the north, we may have to watch this in Alexandria. But as you can see here, there are areas where this line weakens. So there are going to be places that kind of slip through, maybe hear a rumble of thunder or something like that, but nothing severe. So it's not a widespread severe outbreak, but we're definitely seeing that severe threat in the area. I'm taking a look at this storm, though, right now that has been intensifying over the last few frames. Whoops, went the wrong way. And yeah, so there is a warning with that. That's been extended to include Jasper County, Texas, but it looks like right now, much closer to home, we have, I'm just trying to use this new little bar up here, so forgive me for the hesitation there. But yeah, Boyce to Lena, Campbell, that's where it looks like we're probably going to get the biggest hail out of this. Probably going to be northwest of Boyce, up toward Northwood High School. We could see it up that way. And then eventually this is going to move in toward Colfax and Baghdad, and I expect a warning to come out shortly for that. I'll see if they're planning anything like that. They are dealing with all these storm reports and everything. But yeah, I think this warning should get extended, as it looks like this thing has actually beefed up here in the last 10-15 minutes. So pausing this and looking at our the hail swath. Let's see. And yeah, it's increased as it's continued through Simpson and then up through the Clifton community, and now heading right toward the northwest side of Boyce up toward Lena and Colfax. And we'll put that in motion also because, you know, that'll give you an idea of how that thing has been consistent, and it's also been increasing. And you can see when it hits that point right here where it really starts to ramp up, that's when they actually issue the warning. So there is a hail threat. It kind of seems like hail is becoming the dominant threat here. Let's go ahead and go over and look at this. I'll put this in motion, and we can see that hail swath with the storm moving toward Jasper. Again, this one pushing a little bit more toward the east as opposed to northeast, so we'll be watching that closely. And then this one down to the southwest, just southeast of Livingston, Texas. This could move into Beauregard, Allen, and Evangeline Parish down the line. So active warnings in the area right now. I was able to get my old Ready Warn account reset, and they temporarily did that while we sort things out, but I promise you we're going to have the cool warnings with the radar images and everything, and that's going to probably happen for our next event, which fortunately doesn't look like it's going to be for a while. So pausing this and going back to reflectivity mode, we'll take one more look at things, then get on out of here. I don't need to, be on constantly when we have severe storms in the area. Of course, if we have tornadoes, we're going to be on the air. We're going to be talking with you about this stuff. But with these hail threats that we're seeing here, this is more protection of property. Of course, you don't want to be outside in this. Hail hurts, even if it's small. But if you're in Pollock, Colfax, if you're in Lena, Dry Prong, Baghdad, these areas right here, that's where we could see quarter to maybe $50 sized hail out of this storm. So that's enough to put a ding in a car. You need to go ahead and get those in the garage or covered under a carport or some sort of cover if possible. But that right there, and I'm going to give it one more swipe here just to see if we get another push forward on this, see where this is headed and what the trend is looking like. And actually, what I'll do is pull up the little storm. It's called a skit. It's just a little thing we can look and see what kind of data we're getting out of this storm. And that is showing a 90% chance for hail, an 80% chance of severe hail being an inch or larger in diameter. BTI is low, so the tornado threat is very, very small with this. Oh, you know what I actually wanted to do? I'll leave this over here. I'm going to go and take a look at the camera, because when I was outside, that lightning was something special. So let's go ahead and see if we can. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Sorry about this. We'll learn it all. Oh, yeah, it's not up there anymore. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Okay, this is the sky cam right there. And let's take a look for a minute. And this is the storm that is now to the northwest. This is the one that's impacting Boyce and Lena. I'm going to go ahead and actually move the camera just a little bit over to the right. That's where I think we're going to see most. And I think I saw a flash out of the corner of my eye there. But yeah, there it is. It's gone into night mode, so it's not going to be looking exactly like what you would see if you were outside. You can see it's kind of that black and white look to things. But we have lots of lightning with this storm system. People still out there running around. I'm telling you, you want to get in here because this one is probably going to be putting down some hail, perhaps quarter size or even larger. And that's why we're hearing some rumbles here at my house right now, because of that lightning that's striking about 15 miles to the northwest. And then we have more storms coming in as well. Let's take one more look at radar. We should be updated by now, but that is a look at the Cenla Broadcasting Tower cam right now that is showing plenty of lightning to our northwest. There is the storm we're looking at. There's another little extension that it looks like is forming to the south. Now, could that brush through Alexandria and Pineville? We'll have to see. In this area down towards Simpson, I'm actually on the Shreveport radar. Let me swing over to Fort Johnson, and there it is. I'm going to take the skits off because they can be confusing, can't they? And putting it in motion, you see there is that warning there for the storm over Boyce and Lena. This is heading right up for Colfax. You're not under the warning yet, but you can see here that's where the most robust hail core is with this system, moving right across I-49 right now. So if you are heading up toward Natchitoches, you're already in it. It's crossing 49. It'll be gone in a few minutes, but that's a pretty bumpy storm right there. And then we have more out to the southwest. So tornado watch to the northeast, no watch here. They did talk about possibly issuing a short and small severe thunderstorm watch, but I think they're just going to cover it with warnings. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit here and watch things. I'm going to come on live whenever I see anything worth talking about. And yeah, it's going to be a busy evening, but it's going to be a quick one. I think this is all out of here. The severe threat is probably gone by 8 or 9 o'clock. St. Landry Parish may hang on to it just a little bit longer, but the further south you go, the lower that that wind shear gets, and it's already pretty marginal up here. So that's good news for you folks. I'm going to step away for a bit, take a look at things, take a look at reports, and please give me your reports. If you're seeing hail, if you have any damage in your area, please let me know. Yes, Avoyles. Let me look through. I got to look through these questions and stuff here. I should do that before I go. Avoyles is blue. Okay, Avoyles is blue because that is a wind advisory. I should have noted that, and I should have actually taken that off because right now, pretty inconsequential stuff. But there is a wind advisory until Sunday. I believe that's at midnight. And then this up here, this is your tornado watch. Now, this is until midnight, so that wind advisory is until noon tomorrow. Storms right there into Northwest Rapides, moving out of Wind Parish, and then this one here, that's your next one that's coming in. Alexandria Pineville will not get anything. All right, I mean, maybe not, but I think we're going to see at least something. We're certainly getting a light show out of this. So yes, we've covered the blue thing. We got the lightning, watching from Baghdad. Oh, hey, Miss Lou, how you doing? Well, you might get some hail, so if you can put a car in a garage, please do that. Let's see. That woman used to give me the best strawberry preserves on earth back when I was in my TV days. I guess I'm still somewhat in my TV days. What about Boyce? You're in it right now. Yeah, so the worst of the hail core is probably even northwest of Northwood High School. So it's more up toward Lena. I'll go in a little closer. Lena, Ravencamp, Fairmont, Marco, Colfax, The Rock. If you're going up, it's probably going to stay south of the Rock. I've never been to the Rock. I've got to go, though. And then eventually down the line, Dry Prong, Bentley, that's where this one's headed. And so if you are, 49, if you're along I-49 right now, that's where the worst of this is, and it's moving on to the northeast toward Grant Parish. So no warning just yet, but I believe that is going to be coming here shortly. And then more storms. And you can see, really, since we've been talking here, these are becoming more linear. They are starting to form into a line a bit more. And yes, they've been on a line, but it was very scattered out along that line, and we're filling those gaps in. So what's going to happen when we see that is this transitions to a little bit more of a damaging wind threat. I don't think that'll be a crazy widespread threat, but we will see at least some chance for damaging wind. And looking at the lightning, you can see even these little cells that were nothing when we started talking are starting to produce some lightning. So if you want to go ahead and garage the cars if you're ahead of the line, if you're behind the line, the severe threat's gone. I think we'll get more rain to develop out here, but nothing crazy severe or anything like that. Getting hail in Lena. If you can give me a size, that would be just fantastic. Is Hamburg and Avoyles going to get bad weather? Anywhere ahead of this line has a chance. There's our new warning. Okay, this is why I was sticking around and kind of stalling on you. Let's take a look, as this is going to be Shreveport's parish warning area. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the text on the warning. This severe thunderstorm warning is for Grant and LaSalle, Central LaSalle Parish, and it is until 7 p.m., so it's about an hour. That's a nice long fuse warning here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is radar-indicated. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, and wind damage is possible as well. Locations impacted include Gina, Colfax, Alla, Midway, Urania, Pollock, Dry Prong, Tullis, Georgetown, Nebo, Rogers, Catahoula Lake. Get off the lake if you're on there. Bentley, Rochelle, Zenoria, and Fishville. Pretty big warning here, and that is for this cell that is moving out of Rapides Parish. And again, I'll take that lightning off, and we can take a look at this cell and see what we're doing here. Yeah, we still have some significant hail, it looks like, that's crossing. Again, I hear big hail coming down now in Lena. Okay. So hail here. Just if you give me hail reports and if you can tell me anything about size or where you're at, that is awesome. And then later, if possible, if the threat is gone and that hail's not falling anymore and you want to send a picture and say, hey, this is ping pong ball sized hail, or if you want to put it next to a quarter for reference or something, that would get a big thumbs up, because I report that to the National Weather Service, and that helps them do their job. And helps me. It helps everyone, because down the line you can say, wait, that's the storm that's heading for me. So if it's that big there, I don't want to take any chances. I want to go ahead and get things protected as best I can, which we still have a chance to do in areas like Gina. You're in the warning, but you have time to go and move things that would need to be protected from hail or the potential of damaging wind. And this storm right here looks like it's still severe. It's still still has that real nasty core up here, but it doesn't have that look when it was just that individual cell out there over Simpson. So hopefully that's going to start to turn into a junky mess and we don't have any more problems. But other warnings in Texas are going to spread into our area later, so I'll take a break, step away right now, and we will be back later on this evening to talk about the hail threat and hopefully not the tornado threat, which I still think is very low in